You are listening to Wedding and Event Insider. I'm Elizabeth Sherry, Director of Special Events for Wedding and Event Professionals. Today I have the pleasure to interview a delightful individual who expels warmth and kindness wherever she goes. Her passion for what she does shines at her events.
I love looking for photo opportunities that actually might surprise the couple when they see their pictures later, that there might be some moments that they didn't even know were really actually happening. That is probably my favorite piece.
I am thrilled to introduce my good friend, Tverberg, owner of Delight Photography.
I would say it's so fun because it's like when you say, tell me about you, I know we're supposed to go to the company first, but I mean, I think about me and it's like, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a networking connector. I love to encourage people and cheerleader, but all that stuff puts me in towards my business, Delight Photography, that I started back in 2002. Which provides on-location photography sessions, fun, casual, real-life images, doing weddings and special events, corporate functions, styled shoots, high school seniors, newborns, babies. So a lot of fun things that I've got to experience in this journey of having this Delight Photography business. And I've been able to bring my essence into it, which is really fun. And I appreciate all the seasons of my life with the various hats that we wear as we go through life, but being able to come into Delight Photography and be able to have that be my business is something I'm very proud about.
Oh, wonderful. And now tell me, what inspired you to kind of break out on your own and be an entrepreneur and then start Delight Photography?
Yes, well, I took a leap of faith in 2002. I left an administrative job, good job, and I took a leap of faith and I started that Delight Photography because I just had to go towards the passions and the things, creativity and the things that were in my heart and mind at the time. Photography has always been an interest of mine. I remember taking high school photography classes a long time ago. My dad was a great big influence in my life. He always had a camera and video with my siblings and just life events that we were doing in our family. I'm very fortunate that my husband had an interest in photography too. We would do a lot of on the side, just people would ask us to do their events, weddings, and so a lot of family and friends we did just on the side as a hobby. But I would say that my biggest inspiration and why I started Delight Photography back in 2002 is actually after a car accident took the life of my mom and my 18-year-old brother. And going through that grieving process, one of the things I really realized was that photographs, I mean, they hold the memories of those that we love dear. So the pictures, I mean, that's what I found us all going to during that time was like where the pictures of our family members and just going through that process. But I would say that is definitely what inspired me to start Delight Photography. I just came to a place of having to choose delight over despair. It was just something inside me that I had to go through. But I really love that I was able to bring a positive piece from that and be able to capture the memories. And I just really feel it's important that I document the life's moments and that it's something that people to be able to capture their uniqueness and their specialness and be able to capture that story of what those people's lives were and that it's something that they can share for generations on is what those images. So to me, it's an important piece of life that I'm being able to be a part of.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I mean, your story, and I love the despair, turning despair into delight. I think that is so impactful because I know people are going through challenging times now and they're grieving and they're losing folks, and it's, you know, what you do with that grief, I think that makes you successful. So Michelle, look at you and what you created, and it's almost 20 years later. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. And, you know, I hear the passion that you have for your work. So I'd love to hear what your favorite aspect of the job is.
Oh, definitely all the variety. There is no wedding or event that is the same. They're all unique and they're all different. It's really fun to see what couples choose, for their day and what they to celebrate and how they just different things. It's all that variety. But I really love the favorite aspect of my job when I feel like that I'm there. I love looking for photo opportunities that actually might surprise the couple. When they see their pictures later, that there might be some moments that they didn't even know were really actually happening. That is probably my favorite piece is actually capturing some moments where they're just like, oh my goodness, I didn't even see or know that this was going on. And look at how you captured these images for us to relive our day. I do have a favorite story about this. One of my couples, this was years ago, but this young couple was getting married, and actually at the time we were doing the receiving lines, And I saw this grandmother in the receiving line waiting, and she was just beaming. I mean, the
Oh,
joy and the happiness on this grandmother was so just apparent. So I walked up to her because she was still quite a ways yet before she was going to be up to the couple. And I was like, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, and she's just like, she showed me her hand, and on her hand, she was wearing this plastic ring. And she was so happy. She's like, I got to tell you the story of this plastic ring. My granddaughter, who was the bride at the time, she gave me this when she was 5 years old, and she had gotten it out of a gumball machine, and she wanted her grandmother to have this pretty ring that she had gotten out of the gumball machine. And the grandmother said that she told her when she was 5 years old that she was going to hang on to this ring, and that when her granddaughter was getting married, that she would wear it on her wedding day. And
oh,
she was just beaming. And she was like, I don't know if she's going to remember this or not. I mean, she was just so excited to come up into this receiving line and see if her granddaughter remembered. And oh my gosh, I was so happy I was in the right place at the right time. And I was able to take, when that grandmother came up and it was her turn to talk to the bride, and she showed her hand. And of course the bride remembered. I mean, just cried. But it was beautiful. I had the bride's bouquet, and I put that grandmother's hand over that bouquet and took a picture of it. And yeah, so just being in the right place at the right, capturing those unexpected, beautiful stories that families have when they come together for these great moments in their lives. I mean, there is no joy like it.
oh my goodness. And now I need to see that photo. You're going to have to share that with me. But I'm just like almost choked up thinking about that. Cause I mean, especially, grandparents, they hold a special place in people's hearts, and you only get so much time with them. So that's wonderful.
And now a word from our sponsor. Treat your guests to a party that they'll never forget with the Twin Cities award-winning DJ service. Are you looking for a DJ who is always professional and always fun? Are you looking for a DJ who can get your guests of all ages onto the dance floor? Well, I'm telling you, Greg Ellis from Network Entertainment can. He customizes every event to fit the needs and desires of each client. Whether you want an elegant and understated entertainment or high-energy fun, or a little of both, he will give you exactly what you want. Contact him at djgregellis.com. And now back to our show.
Oh, and I think of pictures like what you're talking about those people, those photos that it's like, oh, that was an accident, but like how amazing that you caught that. And, those are the ones that I think are truly remarkable.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love those. Yep. Those fun, casual, just real life moments. I definitely would say I've built Delight Photography with that as my standard, but I just love those real, candid, real life moments and capturing those. And sometimes it might even become later when it's actually becomes even more special as you have that image. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad we gave our audience a little teaser of your company. And now I like to do this thing that usually I call them lightning round questions, but I'm going to surprise you a little bit because I think this is going to be a little bit more fun. It's a way to get to know you a little bit deeper. So I think if you don't mind us doing a would you rather couple set of questions. And then that way we get a real true sense of who you are. And I have them kind of networking themed because you are the expert in that category. So
fun.
All right. So and they all kind of have a loose networking theme, like I mentioned, but would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Oofda. I would say probably have to lose the ability to, oh man, that's a hard one. Read, probably, boy, you're stumping me on this one because I'm like, boy, they both have such varying and important pieces, but I do like to listen. So I would probably go with, I would lose the ability to speak and be able to listen and read.
I like it. Yeah. Well, there's so much speaking that you can do with your body too, or, even nonverbal cues. So right. I love that answer. Okay. Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
A golden voice.
Ooh, yeah. Now we can see you on any type of singing competitions coming up.
Yes.
Oh, all right. So last one. Would you rather have an easy job working for someone else or work for yourself, but incredibly hard? So I feel like you're already kind of doing this a little bit.
Hands down. I would rather work for myself. Been there, done that with the other piece of working for somebody else. I hands down definitely want to work for myself and go forward that way.
Oh, I can imagine the entrepreneurs listening on this call 100% agree, because I hear most commentary from them being like, I should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah.
So thank you to my special guest today, Michelle Tverberg, owner of Delight Photography. For more information on Michelle's company, please visit her website at delightphotography.com. If you are interested in more content like this Insider podcast, please subscribe to our newsletter at tcwep.com. I'm Elizabeth Sherry, and thank you for listening to Wedding and Event Insider.